Hello buddy, well it's Monday and that can mean only one thing. Yes, it's Europe Day on Gab's Weather Vids. Every Monday we have a look at the weather for the weekend across Europe. Now before we get on with the video, just want to talk about the advertising. That would usually be a video ad overlaying my weather videos at gabsweathervids.com. Please play those video ads because you'll be supporting gabsweathervids.com by doing that. The other thing I want to talk about is the website where these charts coming from. It's wettercentral.de, a fantastic German site. So if you want to have a look at these charts, go to my links page, click on the links tab at the bottom of this page, go through to my links page, you'll see the link for wettercentral.de, it'll be the very first link that you see, click on that and go through to Wetter Central and check out these charts for yourself. So I'm just going to get rid of my ugly mug, get rid of that, there we go, I've gone, and now we can have a look at the chart for today. This is today's chart, Monday the 16th of July. We've got this area of high pressure ridging in from the Azores across much of Spain and France, and that high pressure actually ridging through the Mediterranean. So it's quite a settled scene now across much of the Mediterranean. The unsettled weather is in the north of the continent around Scandinavia, through in towards western Russia as well, quite unsettled. And then down in towards Denmark, the Low Countries, British Isles and Ireland, still very unsettled, with rain coming in off the Atlantic. So it's quite a north-south split really across the continent through the course of today. Now in terms of the upper air temperatures, well we can see that we've got hot weather through the Mediterranean as you would expect, so it's hot through Portugal and Spain, hot through the western bowl of the Mediterranean, very warm into Italy as well, and then very hot around Greece and parts of Turkey as well. So it's in the south where the heat is, as you would expect. The northern and central parts of the continent, very cool upper air temperatures really, although we are bringing in some slightly warmer, more moist and tropical origin air across parts of Ireland and Britain. Precipitation, well, very unsettled. We've got rain coming across England and Wales this morning, and that's going to be pushing on in towards the Low Countries, Holland, and into parts of the west of Germany and into parts of Denmark as well through the course of the day. So very unsettled with outbreaks of rain in these areas, and it's a very showery situation really across many central and northern parts of the continent through the course of today. Showers through much of Scandinavia, showers in towards these northeastern countries as well, and showery down in towards Poland and Germany as well, and Ukraine, very showery conditions also. But once we get down to the Mediterranean, there's no rain at all there. It's a completely dry scene through Portugal, Spain, much of France actually dry, particularly the south of France, and that dry weather extending, as I say, through the bulk of the Mediterranean today. Convective potentials, well, this where we've got the chance of thunderstorms, and we see that the unsettled weather is really in the north of Europe. That's where we've got the chance of thunderstorms today with these Cape readings. No chance of storms in the south, not surprising because we're under an area of high pressure. Temperatures, well, it's warm through the Mediterranean as it should be. It's hot through the Med, so if you're off to the Med it will be very warm for you, but then it's midsummer so you would expect it to be. But really for much of the continent it's a very cool scene with temperatures really struggling to get into the 20s degrees. As I say, it is turning more humid across Britain and Ireland, but as we're stuck under cloud and rain, we'll never really realise that potential, and generally it is a very cool scene, as I say, for much of Central and Northern Europe. Now as we go into the middle part of the week, we're going to have another area of low pressure coming in towards Britain and Ireland. That's going to be bringing more outbreaks of rain. Still generally high pressure through the Mediterranean, although the core of that high pressure is pulling back actually towards the Azores. And again, really it's a north-south split, unsettled with low pressure for these northern parts of the continent, more settled under the ridge in the southern parts of the continent. Upper air temperatures, well, it remains a very cool scene really for central and northern areas. Anywhere where we're in the yellow or we've got green colours, that's where temperatures are below where they should be for the time of year. The oranges and reds indicating the warm weather, and that's really through the Mediterranean, and the dividing line really is through central parts of France in towards the Alpine regions, and to the south of that, that's where we've got the heat as you would expect. Precipitation, well, very unsettled again around Britain and Ireland. More outbreaks of rain and extending in towards the Low Countries again. Parts of northern Germany in towards Denmark again. Very unsettled weather. And it's a showery scene for much of Scandinavia. And in towards the northeast of the continent once more. The fine weather again, it's through the Mediterranean, the bulk of France, and the southern parts of the continent. Southern countries having a lot of dry, hot and sunny weather. Convective potential, we have got convective potential here for the central and northern and western parts of the continent. That's because we've got showers or long spells of rain. Not really much convective potential through the Mediterranean, and even if there was, it wouldn't be realised because the weather is fine. So if you have a look at the temperatures, well, again, the heat is through the Mediterranean. It's in these southern countries. Central and northern parts, again, having very disappointing temperatures, although some warmth here is coming up into France. So we've got some hot weather, some hot temperatures there for the south of France. Temperatures possibly as high as 32, 33, maybe 34 degrees, well into the 90s Fahrenheit. And that warmth does extend in towards much of central parts of France as well. And trying to extend that warmth in towards Germany also. But really the northern part of the continent still rather cool. We're also losing the humidity around Britain and Ireland also. Now, as we go in towards next weekend, we're going to find this area of high pressure starts to bridge in from the west, from the Atlantic, I should say, into these western parts of the continent. But the unsettled weather, again, it's the central and northern areas, mainly dry again through the Mediterranean. Upper air temperatures, well, cool scene ready for much of central, northern and western Europe. The heat is through the Med once more. That's where we've got the red colours, very deep, almost pink colours actually there, coming up towards the parts of Spain. So some very hot temperatures, possibly up into the 40s Celsius, perhaps in parts of central Spain next weekend. But the heat really it is through the Mediterranean. It's a cool scene again for central, northern and western parts. Some showers for Britain and Ireland, showery also for France. Some very heavy storms possible around the Alps, also Switzerland and northern Alpine regions of Italy. Some very violent storms there. And it's a showery scene for Scandinavia and into Russia again. The Mediterranean is basically dry, fine, hot and sunny, although some showers possible over the Pyrenees. For convective potential, well, we've got convective potential going on here up in the northern and western central parts. But this is showing convective potential also possible through the Mediterranean. I don't think that's going to be realised, however, because it's going to be staying mainly dry, hot and sunny. And there's the convective potential there around the Alpine regions, just indicating that torrential rain and thunderstorms that's possible over the Alps next weekend. Temperatures finally, and it's a very cool scene still for much of central and northern Europe. Those temperatures well below where they should be, just into the high teens or low 20s Celsius. The heat again, it's through the Mediterranean. It's in Italy and it's in Greece and Turkey, so it's in the southeast of Europe. Very high temperatures, and again very high temperatures, you can't see it really, but very high temperatures through much of Spain as well. That's where the heat is, through the Med, where it's dry, hot and sunny. But for central and northern and western parts of the continent, it does remain a very unsettled, unseasonably cool outlook. That's it for now. Thanks for watching the video. Bye for now. Have a good week.